The WASSCE 2024 Core Mathematics Paper 2 is here. Compulsory questions. Before we begin, let me show you the questions that dropped. So now let's go ahead and start solving with question number 1. But before that, please kindly share this video, add it to your playlist, comment on a question that you don't understand. Make sure that you comment clearly so that I'll be able to provide the help you need. And finally, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. Question number 1 is here. Monica rode a bicycle for 45 minutes and walked for an hour to cover a total distance of 10.4 kilometers. If the riding speed is 3 times the walking speed, find correct two significant figures: the walking speed, the distance traveled by riding. Let us pick it from here. If the riding speed is 3 times the walking speed, so riding speed, I will use RS for riding speed, and I will use WS for walking speed. And the question says that it is 3 times. So the riding speed is 3 times the walking speed. So we know that speed is given by distance over time taken. So the riding speed will be riding distance over riding time. The same way, we will have the walking speed to be equal to the walking distance over walking time. So we're given the riding time in the question. That one is 45 minutes. So we can fix it there. And that of the walking time is 1 hour. So let's check that. So we have our riding distance over the riding time, which is 45 minutes, converted to hours, with 45 divided by 60, is equal to 3 times of the walking distance, WD, over the walking time, which is 1 hour. So what do we do now? We simplify further. 15 will go into 45 3 times. It will go into 64 times. So what do? We can multiply both sides by 3 over 4. If I multiply this by 3 over 4 and this by 3 over 4, the 3 over 4 here will cancel this 3 over 4. Then we'll have the riding distance now being equal to 3 times 3 is 9 times the walking distance over 4. So we can call this our equation 1. Then we can get a second equation from the fact that the total time, the total distance covered is 10.4 kilometers. So total distance covered, it means riding distance plus walking distance, that is the total distance covered, is equal to 10.4 kilometers. So all are in kilometers, Alright, so What we can do is to now solve these two equations simultaneously. So I'm just going to do substitution. Wherever I see RD here, I'll put 9/4 9WD over 4. So let's do that. So I'm going to get something like RD, which is 9/4 WD plus WD is equal to 10.4. So I can multiply through by 4 now. I'll get 9WD plus 4WD is equal to 10.4 times 4, which is giving us 41.6. So 11, is it 11? It's 13. 13 WD will be equal to 41.6. So divide both sides by 13 by 13. So WD will give us 3.2 kilometers. Now the question says we should find the walking speed. So recall that walking speed will be equal to walking distance over walking time. So walking distance is what we just found, 3.2. So that will be equal to 3.2 kilometers over walking time, which is 1 hour. So the walking speed is 3.2 kilometers per hour. Then we also asked to find the distance traveled by riding distance. So don't forget that the riding distance is 9WD over 4. So riding distance is 9/4 times the walking distance, which we found to be 3.2. So 9/4 times 3.2, this will give us 7.2 kilometers. Question number 2 is on trigonometry. In the diagram, ABD is a triangle. Line segment AC has the length 50 centimeters, and line segment CD has the length D centimeters. Find correct to one decimal place the value of the line segment BD, the length of line segment BD. We are requested to find the value of D. So what we have to do is to form equations using trigonometry. First, let's use triangle BCD. Triangle BCD. From this triangle BCD, we can take tan of 70 degrees, and that will be equal to BD, the magnitude of line segment BD, over D. So we can multiply both sides by D to get D tan 70 is equal to BD. line segment BD. So I can call this equation 1. Then using triangle ABD, from triangle ABD, triangle ABD, you can see that tan of 30 degrees will be equal to opposite over adjacent. The opposite is the magnitude of line segment BD over the distance is from A to D. That will be 50 centimeters plus the D centimeters. So 50 plus D centimeters. We can again cross multiply or multiply both sides by 50 plus D, and that will give us tan 30 degrees times 50 plus D is equal to line segment BD, magnitude of line segment BD. So we can call this equation 2. So we have two equations which contain the variables we are looking for. The two equations contain D and BD. D and BD. So we solve it simultaneously. In other words, equation 2 and equation 1 are equal because they are all giving us the length of BD. So let's equate it. So D tan 70 degrees will be equal to tan 30 into bracket 50 plus D. So D tan 70 degrees is equal to tan 30 into bracket D plus 50. So I can expand this side so that we will get D tan 70 degrees to be equal to D tan 30 degrees plus 50 tan 30 degrees. I need to group the terms containing the D. So I have D tan 70 degrees minus D tan 30 degrees is equal to 50 tan 30 degrees. I can factor D to get tan 70 degrees minus tan 30 degrees is equal to 50 tan 30 degrees. So we can now divide through by tan 70 degrees minus tan 30 degrees. Tan 70 degrees minus tan 30 degrees. So D will be equal to 50 tan 30. So now you convert tan 30 to decimals, and that will give you 0.57. So 50 times 0.577350 all over then tan 70 in decimals will give you 2.7 47,477 minus 0.577350. So let's proceed to simplify. So when you multiply 50 by 0.577350, it will give us 28 points. So D is equal to 28.867513 all over 2.170127, and this is giving us 13.302222. And when we round this to one decimal place, we get 13.3 centimeters. Then we are asked to find BD, line segment BD. So recall that line segment BD is equal to D times 70 degrees. And when we multiply this, we are obtaining 36.54. And we correct it to one decimal place, we are getting 36.5 centimeters. Question 3 is on bearings. A man travels 4 kilometers from a point I on a bearing of 135 degrees to J. He continues 13 kilometers on a bearing of 45 degrees to K. We are to illustrate the information in a diagram. So we have point I here, we have point J. I to J was 4 kilometers. Then J to K was 13 kilometers. From I to J, the bearing was 135 degrees. That tells us that we know that the angle here is 90. So that small angle there should be, that small angle over there should be 45. So if it is 45, we got it by subtracting 90 from 135. Then this one to be 45. If this is 45 degrees, then the small angle here will also be 45 degrees. Then we also know that the distance, the bearing over here was giving us 45. So it tells us that what the angle that is here is supposed to be 90 degrees. So if it is 90 degrees, then it means IK, line segment IK is the hypotenuse. So we can use Pythagoras theorem to find the length of line segment IK. When you see these two bars, it tells you that you are looking for the length or the magnitude. So Pythagoras theorem, IK squared will be equal to 4 squared plus 13 squared. That will give us 16 plus 169, which will give us 185. When we take square root of 185, we get the length of IK, line segment IK, to be equal to 13 3.601. To two significant figures, we have 1, 2. The next one is 6. So it gives us 14 kilometers. So we are done with the B, I part. This is the A part here. Then we are asked to find BII, the bearing of K from I. Bearing of K from I. So we start from I, this is I, this is K. So we start from I until we touch K. So we know the whole thing here. The whole thing here is 135. So we need to find this small angle here and subtract it from 135 to get the bearing from I to K. So recall that this is 4 kilometers, this is 13 kilometers. So tan of angle KIJ will be equal to opposite over adjacent, 13/4, which is 3.25. So angle KIJ will be equal to tan inverse of 3.25, and that is giving us 72.897. So 72.897. So to the nearest whole number, that will give us 73 degrees. Even if you want to round to 2 decimal places, it will still give us 73 degrees. 73 degrees, 0.00. So that is this angle for you, 73 degrees. So the bearing of K from J will be equal to bearing of K from J from I will be equal to 135 degrees minus 73 degrees, and that is going to give us 62 degrees. So that is the bearing, 62 degrees. Question number 4 is on brain geometry 2. In the diagram, P, R, Q, and S are points on a circle, center O. T is a point outside the circle, such that angle RTP is 20 degrees, angle QSR is 30 degrees, and line segment PQ is a diameter. Calculate angle QRS. So remember, the question says PQ is a diameter. PQ is a diameter. The diameter will create an angle of 90 degrees at the circumference here. So the whole of this angle here is 90 degrees. If this is 90, this will also be 90. So you can now use triangle RTS, triangle RTS, to calculate angle QRS. So angle QRS, this angle QRS, the angle here, when we add it to, so from triangle RTS, angle QRS When you add it to the angle here, which is 30 plus 90 degrees, and we add it to this angle here, the sum of interior angles of a triangle should give us 180 degrees. So 90 plus 30 will be 120 plus 20 will be 140. Angle QRS plus 140 is equal to 180 degrees. Angle QRS will be 180 degrees minus 140, and that will be equal to 40 degrees. So this angle is 40 degrees. Now we want to find angle PQS. Remember that this whole angle here is supposed to be 90, and part of it is 30. So the remaining one will be what? Yes, 60 degrees. If this is 60, this will be what? Yes, this one will also be 60. Why? Angles in the same segment created by the same arc are equal. Then again, this part here is 90. So the triangle from triangle SQT, which is a right angle triangle, this must be 70 degrees. So we can find the angle here, which is angle PQS. PQS. So angle PQS plus 60 degrees, this 60, plus this 60 degrees, plus this 70 degrees should be equal to 180 degrees. Sum of angles in a triangle. So angle PQS plus 110 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Is it 110 or 130? 60 plus 70 is 130. So angle PQS will be equal to 180 degrees minus 130 degrees, and that will give us 50 degrees. So the angle PQS is 50 degrees, and this one is 40 degrees. Question 5 is on statistics. The mean age in years of T girls in a class was 17.6. At the end of the academic year, 4 girls aged 16, 19, 20, and 17 were dismissed. The new mean age of girls in the class became 0.2 less than the original mean. Find the value of T. So you recall that for the original mean, we have this information. We're told that the mean was 17.6. So original mean. So we know that mean is equal to sum. So 17.6 is equal to the sum of ages. Of the T girls over sum of ages of the T girls. So over T. So sum of edges of the three girls over t will give us the mean age. So it means that the sum of ages of the three girls will be equal to 17.6 times t. When we multiply both sides by t. So this will be equal to the sum of ages of the three girls. Alright, so now that we know the sum of ages of the three girls, we're given another information. The next information given to us is that at the end of the academic year, 4 girls ages 16, 19, 20, and 17 were dismissed. So the new mean age. So new mean. The new mean will change. It will decrease. And the sum of ages of the girls in the class will also reduce. By how much? To reduce by this sum, 16, 19, 20, and 17. So the new mean will be given by 17.6 t. That is the original sum. We have to reduce by the new by the sum of the ages of the girls that's left. 16 plus 19 plus 20 plus 17. Then you agree that the total number of girls in the class will also reduce by 4 because 4 are not there. Originally they were t. Now 4 left, so it will be t minus 4. And we're told that now the new mean will be 0.7, 0.2 less than the original mean. So what is the original mean? 17.6. It will be 0.2 less than that. So we need to solve this linear equation. So when we sum all what is here, that will give us 72. So we have 17.6t minus 72 over t minus 4 is equal to 17.6 minus 0.2 give us 17.4. So we have to solve this linear equation. We cross multiply. So we have 17.6t minus 72 is equal to 17.4 times t minus 4. So we have to expand this. So we have 17.6t minus 72 is equal to 17.4 t minus now 17.4 times 4 will give us 69.6. So we group like terms. We have 17.6t minus 17.4t is equal to 72 minus 69.6. So 17.6 minus 17.4, we can see that will give us 0.2t. Then 72 minus 69.6 will give us 2.4. So we have to divide both sides by 0.2. So this will give us 24 over 2. That will give us 12. So the value of t is 12.